Hello, my darlings. This light is really bright, but I think we'll be okay. I need some lotion. Oi. How are you guys doing? I'm waiting for you guys to come in. I know that I said 7 o'clock, so hopefully you guys are okay with that time, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to jump right in. Ooh, that lotion is really nice. This is one of the lotions that I got from the vendor when I went to the market. Coco Natural. This smells like, ooh, it's called Brazilian Summer, and it smells like Brazilian summer. Do they have a website? Does coconatural.com. COCOANATURALE.com. Hi, so glad you guys are here. So that's the lotion I just put on. It smells delicious. Hello, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. When I decided to do this, I was like, I wonder if anybody will want to show up and go through this process with me, or at least talk about, have a honest conversation about um, life changes and how it alters our plans. Oh yes, I just I was at my girlfriend's came and kidnapped me. So I literally just walked in the door. So I had the video ready, and then I was just like, I need to upload this video. So we just went out for dinner and drinks, which was beautiful. It was good to just laugh and not think about, you know, everything that's going on in my life right now. But that being said, my aunt is actually here from London. They're supposed to be stopping by in about 35 minutes. So I'm not going to keep you too long. Unless you guys want to stay long, we can talk until they get here. But life is lifing, guys. So for those of you who do not know, my mother passed away a week ago, 9:30 a.m. to be exact, last Sunday morning. All was right with the world, we thought. She fainted and they could not bring her back. Um, it was traumatic. Watching them attempt to bring her back was traumatic. Everything about it was traumatic. It was a horrible situation. I pray that nobody has to go through that and watch somebody that they love go through that process. And we're so grateful and thankful to the EMT, and we told them that, to the EMT, to the ambulance, to everybody, the nurses, the doctors, the emergency room. We're so thankful. But mommy is no longer here. She is with daddy, or one of her husbands. Um, and so that being said, I think this time when daddy passed, I'm a daddy's girl, tried and true. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I'm a daddy's girl, tried and true. My mother was my mother, right? Love her to pieces, but I'm a daddy's girl. So when daddy left suddenly, and they actually went pretty similarly, um, and it just took me to another place, right? Because for those of you that don't know the story, I'm gonna talk to you guys like you don't know the story, okay? So when the doctor said that daddy had stage 5 kidney failure, we made the decision as his only daughter. My mom's fourth, but my father's only child. And I wanted my dad to know Riley. I wanted to be there for him. It was a lot going back and forth from Chicago to down here, and I just felt so disconnected from the process. And so we made the decision to move down here. But one of the things that I talked to my therapist about is that nobody, I know, I don't know if you guys can see my Riley's teacher's like, are you guys there? I'm sorry. Um, I was prepared for the move. I was prepared for daddy's illness, but I was not prepared for my father's passing, if that makes sense. I don't know if I felt like I could save him, and I think that's what my therapist is saying as a caregiver. Like, I just thought that I was going to save him, right? Um, that being said, I was not prepared for his passing. I was prepared for his living, but not for his passing. Being that I've gone that route already with daddy, now with mommy's passing, it's similar but not the same, because I was a daddy's girl, and my mother and we had a relationship, but it was not the same, right? So the grief is different in grieving my mother. I miss her, but she also missed my dad so much, and it was so evident in her everyday life. It was hard to watch. We would go out and you know, just all be having a good time, and my mom would just be sitting there. Oh, if your father was here. Oh, if your father was here. We'd be like, can you just eat your dinner? You know what I mean? It was hard watching her struggle. And then not only did she lose my father, but throughout COVID, she lost my Auntie Jean, which was her best friend. She lost another one of her best friends. One of my aunts passed away. So she was losing not only my dad, but she lost her friends. She lost her friend group, right? And so it's one thing if you lose your partner. You lose your partner and your best friends. How are you going to cope, right? Anyway, that being said, I started this journal. You guys, I left the link to it to the community. I hope you guys were able to pick it up. This is 5. The name of it is 5. Where will you be in 5 years from today? Because what I realized with my dad was that I didn't plan for his death. I didn't plan, you know, if they're saying that daddy has such and such amount of time left, what am I going to do after he passes, right? What is my life going to look like? Because if any of you are caregivers or have been caregivers, whether you're taking care of a parent or a child or a partner or this and that and the other, you're not thinking beyond. You're so inundated with day-to-day work and day-to-day whatever that you're not thinking about life after that. And so I'm busy, babe. I'm busy. So I think we're going to take a shower. And so that's one of the things that my therapist had me really think about. And so one of my girlfriends, actually, Julie Allison, is the one that told me about the book. And so in the beginning of the year, I started reading this book, and it has been my guide this year. And so I want to talk about planning, but in talking about planning, I want to talk about what happens when your plan has to be modified for both good and bad reasons, right? Maybe this year you met the love of your life, and now you were planning on being single and in these streets. But now you're like, oh wait, I'm getting married. Wait. The plan has to change, right? Or maybe you just did really well in your business, and it's like, wait a minute, I need to modify these plans, right? And so this has really been a guide, and I think that the process of working in this book is what has kept me from going as deep into grief with my mother's loss as I went with my father's loss, because my father's loss hit me in a really bad way. So we're going to talk about our plan. So is that I was 7 minutes into the intro. I hope, are you guys still with me? Are you guys still with me? And please let me know, do you have a plan? Do you have a guide? Do you have do you have an anchor and dreams and goals that you hold on to? And if you do, how do you hold on to them when something good or bad happens? Yay, I'm so glad you're here. So please let me know. Do you have goals, dreams, aspirations, and how do you keep them intact when life is lifing? Because one of the things that this book had me doing, I'm going to read this to you. This is on one of the first pages, okay? I'm reading from here. It says, decide what's next in your life and strategize how to get it. This is your life, your one and only life. What is it going to be? You decide. Starting today, you can make the next 5 years the most exciting, satisfying, productive, and amazing years of your life so far. The purpose of this book is to stir your creative juices and inspire you to get in touch with your dreams. The goal is not to provide a list of what should be done with the next 5 years, but to stir up some exciting possibilities of what could be done. Over the next 5 years, what do you really want to do? What do you really want to have? Who do you really want to be? Where do you really want to go? In the following pages, you'll find fresh ways of thinking about different areas of your life. You could do something as significant as trace your roots, bring an exciting idea into the world, pursue a heart-quickening adventure, or think of a creative way to give back. The truth is, you really can turn any what if into what is. Now, this was really hard for me to grab a hold of as a caregiver, because nobody is asking, for the most part, unless if you have a really good network, that's great. But if you don't, nobody's, saying, this is your life. What is it going to be? You decide. Because for many caregivers, I can tell you right now, I can be very transparent. Hi! I can be very transparent. Um, my mom, for the last 2-3 months, it's been all about going to specialists, going to doctors. You know, one week we did 3 doctors, kidney doctor, hematologist, and the gastro, all in 1 week, right? Nobody was asking me how I was doing. Nobody, the doctor didn't sit down and say, I know you're taking your mom to all these meetings, darling. How are you? I tell a lie. Her primary, because her primary was my dad's primary as well, so they would check in. But for the most part, if you're a caregiver, nobody's nobody's saying, what are your dreams? How are you doing today? What do you want to do in 5 years? Nobody's asking you that. So for me to sit and do a book and go to therapy, because please believe I was in therapy on Friday. I said, oh, I'm a regular therapist, but I need a grief therapist. Nobody's saying to the caregiver, or just to anyone that's struggling. I don't want to always just say caregiver, but people do just life, right? People are just busy with their own lives, and very few people are really sitting down and saying, you know, you decide what is it that you want. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to kind of get through today. So you guys know that I was an academic advisor for many years, college and career coach for many years, lead faculty for many years. So I have coached students through this process, and I'm not gonna. The book is the guide, and so I don't want to take away from the book. But what I would like for us to do, I'm gonna do it with you, is look at your values, okay, and pick what your top 5 values are. Okay, so the book names a few. And so, where's that page? I'm sorry, I should have gotten, where is it? Where is it? Because it talks about thinking big. Okay, so the wheel of life. Okay, so you can decide if you want to tackle one of these areas or all of these areas. And again, this is all in the book. I'm not going to show you. I'll show you a little bit, but no, I can't really show you because I've marked it all up. It has all my business on there. But I'm going to give you the spokes on the wheel, so to speak. So values. Okay, we're going to talk about values and the things that matter the most to you. Take mental note. Family, career, health, finances, education, recreation, charity, adventure, travel, romance, relationships, spirituality. Yeah, those are the ones. 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to read them again. Okay, these are the spokes of the wheel. It says the wheel of life. Think of your life as a wheel with many different spokes. To have a balanced life, each spoke needs your attention. Okay, so family, career, health, finances, education, recreation, charity, adventure, travel, romance, relationships, and spirituality. So in the book, on both sides, it has a little section for each of them. So balance the wheel of your life. Set 5-year goals in these and other areas. So that's why I tell you, you got to get this book. It's heavy, guys. So what is a 5-year goal for your family? What is a 5-year goal for your career? What is a 5-year goal for your health, for your finances, for education, for all of these different spokes? I would say pick 3 for right now and develop a 5. Just think in your brain, where do you want to be in your health in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in your relationships in the next 5 years? Your family. Maybe there's some loved ones that you were really close to and now you're not close to them. You're like, you know what? I really need to reconnect. Or maybe there's some family that you decide we don't need to be in touch at all and I need to let you go. Your education. That's one of the things that I'm always thinking about, and actually my family have been asking because they know that I, wanted to finish my doctorate. In the next 5 years, my goal was to have my doctorate or finish my doctorate by 50. Is that still something that's at the top of my list, right? My health, I want to be at a certain health level in 5 years. Career, there are certain things that I want for myself, and career and education for me go hand in hand because, again, In the past, the doctorate has been at the top of my list. I have to be honest and say I don't know if it is anymore, right? Adventure, travel. Travel was a big one for me after Daddy passed, and I said that every year I wanted to go to a different country. The year is not, my friends tell me, the year ain't out yet. We can go to Mexico. We were supposed to go to Mexico City this summer, but they ran out of water. And I was like, I ain't going without water. Hey, Miss Tachi. Hello, Dr. Tachi. I talked about relationship, romance. You know, do you want to have a partner in the next 5 years? Do you want to have children? Talks about family again. Do you want to have children in the next 5 years? So think about these spokes on the wheel. Again, if you don't have the book, I'm gonna read this out. In the next 5 years, think about where you want to be in relation to these areas. Your family, your career, your health, your finances. Do you want to be out of debt? Do you want to pay off the car? Do you want to pay off the mortgage? Do you want to buy property? That's a huge thing for me right now. I need a piece of London. I need a piece of East London in my portfolio. Recreation, charity. Do you want to give? Do you want to give more? Do you want to volunteer more? I know for me, I've been wanting to volunteer at the Humane Society ever since I got Mavi. But I'm like, I feel like I'm going to rescue every pit bull they have. Every pit bull that comes at the Humane Society Broward is coming home with me. But that's one of my goals for 2025. Even if I just do like one day a month. I love my baby so much. Adventure, travel, romance, relationships, and spirituality. And so the part for me that was and this is something that my therapist has said we are going to work on for the next month or so, is learning how to be strong in my decisions now that I don't have to make decisions for anybody else. I hope y'all caught that like I caught that. When she said that, I was just like, be strong in my decisions now that I don't have to make decisions for other people. It's very easy for me to make decisions, or was very easy for me. You know, the doctor would call and say, Mommy needs to go to boom, boom, boom. Or the doctor would call for Daddy, say, the doctor, you need to do. Oh yeah, I got that. My students. But for me, not so much. So I don't want it to just be me. Well, I don't mind because I'm an educator. So talk to me, guys. Talk to me. What are some things that were on the top of your list now that you have either like I laid down my desire to get my doctorate, right? I laid down my desire to go further in my career. I laid down certain things so that I could be available to my parents. What have you laid down, if anything? If you want to share. You don't have to share, but if you want to share. Oh, what's a struggle? And I'm going to go to this one part because I think that this is part of it too. Surround yourself with people who believe you can. You guys see Dr. Tachi in here? Dr. Tachi is one of my closest confidants. We don't talk often just because life is lifing, but let me tell you something. She is one of my allies. She is one of my baes. She is one of those people that I can call after 3 months or 6 months and we jump right into conversation just about doing amazing things. So I hope she's still on. I hope that you can follow her on LinkedIn and her social media. I don't know what her oh my bae. What is can you leave your social media on here for me, Tachi, please? So that they can your Instagram, so that they can follow you. She's an amazing woman, an amazing confidant, and she's been like that for the last, like, oh my gosh, when were we in Urban League? Like 15 years ago, 13 years ago, over a decade, definitely over a decade. One part of this book says surround yourself with people who believe you can. So Miss Cassandra, you said your health. Okay. And I know that you mentioned you write in a couple of times, you say that that you're challenged with your health. And so if you don't have the capacity to make changes, a 5-year plan for your health because you're in process, what is it that you do have control over. Because that's one of the things, I'm not going to take credit. That's one of the things that my therapist has said is you do not have control over everything, right? But what do you have control of? For me, I do not have control over everything, but I can eke out a 30 to 45-minute workout a couple times a week. I have control over that. I have control over spending time with Riley. Um, Whether even if it's just taking a walk around the block, right? I do have control over my finances. I do have control over where I go. This summer I chose not actually this for most of this year I have not traveled because I wanted to focus on spending time in London. I wanted to focus on spending time with Riley. She was going into the 3rd grade. You guys know that 3rd grade is the testing year here. And so I was just like, we went to Atlanta. But that was it. I really wanted her in a summer program that was going to grow her and challenge her, and it did, right? And so again, there are certain things that we have control over, and those are the things that I want you, and even the things that we don't feel like we have control over, still have a plan for that. I'm currently taking care of my mother-in-law in my life. Yes, yes, I get that, Joyce. I feel you. You know, I got a lot of degrees. I got a lot of degrees, and I got a big brain. And there are sometimes, Tachi can amen this. We have the best conversations too. That's why I love my Tachi. I love our conversations. Sometimes, you know, I'm having conversations, or I'm watching content, I'm watching certain things, and I'm just like, you know, I have a lot of degrees. I could be using them right now. However, I'm at the doctor's office. I get it. In those times when it's mentally draining, I think that's the point where you do need a plan for self-care, and what can you do to take care of yourself in the midst of the storm? Because this past couple months has been so draining, and I feel like my life has been on hold since I moved to South Florida. South Florida's not my first, it's never been on my list. I swore I would never come back here. I'm here because my parents were here, and I enjoy it. But you know, me in Chicago, me in a Philly, me in a Philadelphia, I feel like Philly's gonna be the me. I'm Philly. I love a gritty academic. I need a little bit of concrete jungle, but I want to go to a library and a used bookstore. And so, yes. If you go to the community tab, I linked it there. I linked it there for you. I linked it there for everybody. Disabled and unable to be in. I get it. I totally get that. Are you disabled to the point where you can't move your arms? Can you move your arms? Can you use one of the strength bands? I only say that because I'm one of my friends does that. She's like a sit and be fit. And mommy, I would have her do that as well because she was diabetic. Her legs just started to get really weak. And so she had physical therapy, and they would give her the bands and just have her do that. You know, you don't have to do a lot. Just do something that makes you feel like you have control over what's going on in your life. You know, sometimes it's just about confidence. It's just about doing something to boost your confidence. So maybe, you know, one day you do 10, and then the next day you can do 15 pulls, and then, you know, like just something to challenge yourself. You know what I mean? And again, I'm yeah, just do something. Like I do a 2-mile walk a couple days a week, and I work out in my garage. And it's not necessary. Weight loss is a byproduct, and you know, my weight has come from stress, point blank, period. My cortisol levels have been getting my body together. I walk and I exercise for mental health. For that hour, I'm just letting the music move me. And again, I could go to a gym. I could get up, get in the car, go to the gym, that's too much for me right now. I can walk, and I can go into the garage. That's what I can do. I can do that. I can take control over that. If I had to, like my husband boxes and he does jujitsu. That's his thing. That's how he gets his aggression out. He can get up and drive across town and like that. He has his community, has his people. He can do that. As the caregiver for my mom, my day was different, right? My day was, again, it was, my time was limited, so to speak. And so wherever you can have control, just do that. You don't have to look at all the spokes on the wheel that they talked about. If you can just do a 5-year plan for one, for your finances, for your health, for your education. Maybe you go to YouTube University. You know, maybe you make a promise to yourself that for every vlog you watch, you're going to watch something on, you know, AI or computers, or if you've always wanted to bake, or hold on, my girlfriend is texting me. Maybe you know, you bake, or you don't have to necessarily, you know, go to another, you know, go to university, but education's sake, you know, you watch a hair tutorial, or you get what I'm saying? Like you're doing something that is on the right track for you. It doesn't have to be, I think social media has messed us up and that everything has to be grand, right? You know, you can't go to, you know, you have to do this huge vacation. You can't do like a, you know, a staycation or just go to the beach for the day. You got to go to Dubai, and you got to go to, you know, Madagascar and Croatia, and you got to spend 10 days. You got to be in a fight. No, a lot of times I'm gonna teach them. You listen, my husband and I have been married for 16 years. I feel like I'm a teacher class. There are times when we can't get away, but you know what? I'm like, babe, let's just go do lunch by ourselves. So we'll drop Riley off and we'll just go sit and have lunch, an hour. Would we love to have a weekend away alone? Absolutely, but that's not what we can do. What we can do right now is go to lunch. We can sit in the car at Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I mean? We can go to the beach. She gets out at 2. We'll go to the beach all day and then pick her up, and but that time is our time. You know what I mean? Yeah, just think about, just these are the wheels of life. And so all of these things, if one is out of whack, typically it throws off other parts, but your life is going to ebb and flow. Okay, your life is going to ebb and flow. And so there's some areas, like right now for me, my health is my most important, family, with everything that's going on, like spending time with my girlfriends. There are so many events going on in South Florida. I'm not, and that would benefit my career as a content creator. I'm not there. Like, I don't want to go hang out. I don't. I would rather do what I did today and go hang out with my good girlfriends, laugh, kiki, have a drink. Like for me right now, I consider my family, my friends, my family. Family is important to me right now. So that's a huge spoke on the wheel. Travel is always going to be important to me because I'm British. I'm a London gal, right? I'm going to see my family in London. London is a non-negotiable. Toronto is a non-negotiable. Chicago, which I have not been to since 2021. I need to get there. So just pick the ones that are most important to you. I've written down something on all of these, like with charity, like I talked about going to the Humane Society. My nerves can't manage the Humane Society right now. When they can, I will go and volunteer. It is important to me. Charity is important to me. And volunteering and sitting with the dogs and kissing them up like I kiss up Mavi, it's important to me, but I cannot do that right now. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Stacy. Yes, do what you can, honey. Everybody is going to the same spots. Like I don't follow, I'm on social media, but I'm not on social media because I don't want to build a life in the app. Like I want to build a life like in real life. Like I want to do real life. So, and that's no shade. God knows that is not shade. But for my mental health, I cannot live in the app. I have to be present. In order to live the life that I'm living and take care of my dad and take care of my mom and be present for Riley and be present for my friends, be present for my husband, be present for my family, I can't live in the app. I can't. It's just not possible. You're right. The little things, they do mean a lot, and you don't have to compare yourself with others. Yeah, that That will kill your marriage, that will kill your friendships, that will, it's just not good. Like, and I can say this only because of our marriage and how it's transformed, even with my parents and everything. Like, we just have to steal little moments together. There are times where my husband and I would just walk the dog, and it's just he and I. And Riley be like, Mommy, can we come? And we're like, we just need time together, just to walk, to talk, to just be with each other. Again, we would love to go, listen. And everybody's like, oh, you want to, you know, Riley can stay with us. Listen, come December, we going somewhere. My husband and I, we've been through some things, okay? But yeah. Besides you, who is here that creates content? Oh, you mean in here in our meeting? Are there any content creators here other than you, Dr. Tachi? Other than you? Oh, in South Florida. I don't know. There are, here's the thing. There are content creators in South Florida that are in the fashion, beauty, and lifestyle space. However, I feel like I don't know where everybody is. I feel like everybody's in Miami, or they're in Broward, or they're in West Palm. I know there are a few young ladies that do, because I watch them, I love watching their content, and I always leave a comment, that do, you know, TJ Maxx. And on that same vein, there's some thrifters here. But to be fair, and Tachi, you know this, my heart is not in South Florida, and I used to feel bad about saying that, because a lot people save up for years to come to South Florida, and I honor South Florida as the town that raised me, right? London, South Florida. I honor South Florida. I'm always gonna be a SoFlo girl, but this is not where I want it to be. This was not my first choice. Chicago, y'all know how I feel. I ain't got to say nothing about Chicago. Chicago, the Northeast. When I graduated from grad school in 2009, that's where I thought we were going. We were going to go to DC. I don't know why we went to DC. I don't remember. I don't know. Yeah. And Tachi, you know this, I kind of keep to myself because, again, I really love my folks. And not to say there aren't, and that's something that I, again, now coming out of this season, because I have not had the time to really just go out and do things, maybe that's part of the healing too, is now that I have more time, right, I can do certain things. Like I'm working on a workshop for you guys called Shopping Luxury 101. It's going to be Saturday the 23rd, and I'm going to teach you how I find all the good goods for $300. Because it's something that I've wanted to do. So I'll put that in the community. Because I want to do some workshops. Like, I want to teach you guys how to shop like I shop, and get like Antigonas for $300 and Louis Vuitton boots for $300. You know, that's part of it. Listen, Chicago is my city. But, you know, who knows what's next? Who knows what's next? Let's see. What's another part of the book? I really wanted to just cover the values. So to get you guys thinking about, what area of your life you want to work on, and developing a plan for that. I want to go back to this because I don't think I really covered it. Surround yourself with people who believe you can. And so I have a list here. It says list 5 people who can help you achieve your dreams and goals. Now, for me, this is not about, and it very well could be networking for you. I'm going to read what it says on the side. By all means, share your goals, but only share them with people who will support you. Dr. Tachi, you want here, you know, girl. Here is a benchmark test. Will spending time with this person lift me up? Okay, let me repeat that. This is the test. This is the benchmark test. Number 1, will spending time with this person lift me up? Number 2, will he or she make me want to be a better person, a happier person, a more successful person? Will he or she help me achieve my most important goals? So that's the measurement when we're talking about surrounding yourself with the right people, because you can have whatever values and goals you want to have. However, if you don't surround yourself with people that are on the same wavelength, like if you look to the left and look to the right and you'll see nobody to, and I don't want to say like on your level, like, oh, you're not on my level, but if they don't dream like you dream, right? My goal for each year, as I mentioned, was to go to a different country every year. So for me to go and have a conversation with someone who doesn't even want a passport, because I'm not saying, there are people who want to travel, right? But I'm saying this person has no interest, they don't want a passport, they don't want to travel, they don't want to do anything. Those two aren't going to get, they're not going to go together. They don't know how to support your dreams, because you're over here saying, you, like one of my girlfriends wants to go to Asia so bad, and I don't like hot places. So she and I said, girl, I may not be the one to touch and agree with, because, you know, I just think of Anthony Bourdain and eating 1,000-year-old eggs. And I'm like, that's not my ministry. But if you want to go to Berlin, if you want to go to Vienna, if you want to go to the outlets in Milan, boo-boo, we can touch and agree on that. So I'm going to read that again to you. Will spending time with this person lift me up? Will he or she make me want to be a better person, a happier person, a more successful person? Will he or she help me achieve my most important goals? Okay. All right. So I have kept you longer than half an hour. If you guys want to go over some more of this book, we definitely can. I have been eating this book all year, and I always come back to it and write and reorganize, and it just keeps me focused. It keeps me from going under, so to speak, because I am thinking about, or in process of building a life that I want post my parents. And I would say post daddy, but now that mommy's gone, I'm saying this very, for those of you who've lost your parents, I know that I'm not alone. In my mind, I know that I'm not alone, but in my soul, that soul connection, that soul tie, I feel alone. I feel like the two people that gave birth to me and raised me, they're gone, and I'm just here. That's how I feel. I know it's not fact, but that's how I feel. So now that I am here, now that they've transitioned, what do I want to do? What is this season of my life going to look like, you know? And it's okay to miss them. I was telling my girlfriend this, I miss them, but they required a lot of air. They took up a lot of air in my life. And they didn't ask me to do anything. I did it out of love and honoring my parents. And so I did what I needed to do. And my family has been driving this home to me. My sister has been driving this home. Dion, you did it. Like, you did it. You did it. You did it. You took care of them. Now it's time to go live your life. So that's what I'm gonna do. You gonna go bathe? All right, it's time to be mom. Come.
Can I bathe here?
Yes, you can. Say hi.
Hi. Were you almost done?
Yes, I'm almost done. Go and bathe.
Okay.
Mom life beckons, guys. All right, so thank you guys so much. I put a link to this in the community. Get ready. It's gonna pull everything from you. You will cry. I hope that you'll cry, and I hope that you give yourself the space to really decide what you want your life to be. You matter. What you want matters. Who you are matters. You matter. And so you deserve to dream and to have those dreams be fulfilled. And I am in complete agreement with you. You guys know that I'm a follower of Christ. Now listen, I will drink and cuss. I'm a Peter, okay? I am Peter. I will cut off ears. I will drink and cuss and cut off ears. But as a follower of Christ, I stand in agreement with you guys, and I want the best for you. And again, um, we deserve to have dreams and have them fulfilled. We really do. We matter. We matter. What we want out of life matters. All right. All right, Riley, I'm saying goodbye. You said goodbye. Riley, stop.
Aw.
Okay.
I want to show the card.
No. Goodbye, Riley.
Bye-bye. Home. Why were you going over that?
Yes, going over the book.
Ooh, book club.
Yeah, book club.
Mom's
All right.
book club.
Mom's book club. That's what I'm going to call it. And do you mind sharing, Stacy? In the elephant room? I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. I just wanted to, one of the things that got me, don't turn on the shower yet. Give me like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
One of the things that really got me with the love that you guys bestowed upon me, which I'm so grateful for, is how many of us are dealing with the pain of losing a parent. That struck me, and I was not ready for how many of us there were. And that's what keeps me going, and I don't feel alone. Because I have, like, I can't say I'm the only one, oh my gosh, because I'm not. Like, I'm not. Like, we're all walking through this, you know? Oh gosh. I feel you, Stacey. Well, if you want to schedule a session with me in a one-on-one, you definitely can. And that's another thing too. Again, I've been in the space. If you ever want to have a one-on-one and just have sister time, you can always reach out. You can always reach out. And it's okay. You know what? Social media has us, it's a lie from the pit of hell, okay? Social media really has us out of here feeling like everybody got it together. Everybody's overwhelmed. If you're, I don't know how old you are, Stacy, but if you're in your mid 40s, we're all in the space where we maybe have been working for 20 years and now we're in this job and we're just like, what the heck are we doing? Or you're someone like me who's been out of the workforce, and now you're just like, well, what the hell I want to do with my life? Everybody's overwhelmed. And I don't know one mother out there, because we do all the work. We have amazing husbands, but you know, I don't know one person in their 40s that's just like, life is wonderful, it's great. We're all in this thing, and nobody's talking about it. Everybody, and again, I'm a content creator, so I'm the problem. I'm part of the problem. But everybody's just moving along. Like we're all good. We're all right. You know, we're wearing this and we're going here, and everybody got some stuff. Everybody got some stuff. So in those times when you're feeling overwhelmed, know that you are not alone. Hello, my darling. You are not alone. We are all overwhelmed. We are all struggling. Get you some good girlfriends. Get you a therapist. There should be nobody who follows my channel who does not go to therapy, because that's the first thing I will say. Are you in therapy? Are you in therapy? I ask my friends, you in therapy? Because you need somebody to give you the tools to manage. You need the tools. You cannot, people who are, I have a girlfriend whose father passed and she hasn't gone to therapy yet. I don't know who's out here raw dogging it through life. You don't even know what that means. Be quiet, girl.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who is out here just going through life nilly-willy. That's the devil. That's not it. You need a mentor. You need a coach. You need a therapist. You need somebody who you can sit down with and lay it all on the table, and they can look at it and say, okay, so you need to do this, and this, and give you a guide and help you through that. And I say that I am going to toot my own horn, because I've been in education since 2005, and I have been blessed to speak into the life of hundreds of students who were overwhelmed, first generation, didn't know what to do, don't know how to navigate the campus. You know, they're graduating with, you know, $90,000 job, and they're feeling anxious and blah blah, and I've had to pull a lot of students off the ledge. And I will say that you know, when you're in high school, you have a guidance counselor. When you're in college, you have an academic advisor. When you're in grad school, you have a thesis director or a dissertation director. But for some reason, we graduate and we feel like we're just supposed to be out here nilly-willy. No, we need an advisor. We still need advisors. We still need college and, well, career coaches, right? We still need life coaches and therapists, and yes. It doesn't stop. I say that all the time. It doesn't stop. So please, if you're struggling, and especially if you've got that good insurance, get a therapist. Go to therapy.
Sorry, I was looking at this little chalkboard here.
Yes, she's here. All right. It's time for her to take a bath, and she won't take a bath if I'm here. So we're going to say goodbye. Oh, you're wearing your Union Jack.
Union Jack?
Union Jack. That's what it's called, the British flag. All right, go.
Oh yeah, I am. Mom bought it for me.
I did buy it for you because you're a Brit. All right, my darlings, I got to go.
I'm from Great Britain.
But I appreciate you. Please, who's going to go to therapy? Just type I am. Let's be accountable. You're getting loopy. Go. Just type I am. She ain't a baby no more, child. I am. There she go. Come on. Who else? Who else is going to therapy? Who is going to make a therapy appointment this week? Let's be accountable. Say I am. Yes. Come on. 3 more people. We got 20 people on here. You can say I am or I'm already doing it. That's right, Lele. Who else? Who else? Come on. Who else is going to make that appointment with a therapist? You deserve it. You're worthy. That's right. I am. Come on. More. You was in? Okay. I need you to get back in. Queen Mom. Come on. I want everybody. You're worth it. You are so worth it. You are worth it. And again, we're not supposed to be raw dogging it through life. That's not God's will. That's not, no. No, that's not. They're on their way. Thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys. Again, thank you guys for just riding with me and sending all your love and support. They're going to keep on calling until I pick up. So I just appreciate you guys so much. All right.
Bye.
Bye.